What is going on, guys? Welcome to Tech Savvy Buyer. So today what we're going to do is look at the BenQ EX2780Q monitor, which is the latest flagship monitor from BenQ, which touts a 144Hz response rate with an IPS panel that has only a 5ms gray to gray scale, as well as has 95% Adobe RGB color spectrum accuracy. Let's take a look at all the features that this monitor has. I'll talk about the price point. I got an excellent discount that you guys can use up until November 18th, and we'll do all that stuff right after a quick word from today's video sponsor.
Today's video is sponsored by GVGMall.com. GVG Mall carries a wide variety of game currencies and gift cards that you could use to take your gaming to the next level. If you're looking for a fresh copy of Windows or Microsoft Office, then you can certainly find those on GVGMall.com as well. They are priced very competitively and offer legit copies of Microsoft software. You can pick up a copy of Windows 10 Pro for under 15 bucks. Visit gvgmall.com for more information and use code TSB to save during checkout.
So Black Friday is around the corner, and most of you guys are looking at sourcing new parts and new peripherals and new accessories, monitors, all kind of stuff for your gaming rig or even your workspace. And I want to basically share that this monitor is one that you should definitely keep in your radar. Now, it is priced a little bit expensive, but it is totally worth the price considering all the stuff that you're getting with this monitor. It is for $599.99, or in other words, 600 bucks. And as of this video's making, up until November 18th, I have an exclusive 25% off discount coupon code that you can use only on Amazon and only for US residents. So sorry, my international viewers, it's not going to work for you guys, but you can save 25% off, essentially knocking off 150 bucks off of this monitor, bringing it down to $450, which at that price point, guys, it is honestly an absolute steal for what this monitor can do. So let's jump into it. Off the bat, this is one of the few 2K resolution monitors with a 144Hz response rate on an IPS panel. Now, why is that important? IPS panels in general give you the best level of color vibrancy, they give you the best viewing angles, and traditionally more expensive than compared to using a TN panel. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't good TN panels out there. There definitely are, but IPS panels give you that level of color vibrancy that you'll never ever see on a TN panel or even a VA panel for that matter. Now, aside from the resolution and the refresh rate, and of course the color accuracy being spot on, there's a couple other things about this monitor that truly sets it apart from the competition, and even at that price point. The first big thing is that this is a true 10-bit panel, which means you're going to get all the color depth that you would expect from an HDR enabled monitor, and that is exactly what this is. And BenQ is actually taking this monitor one step further by implementing HDRI. Now, it's not a gimmick like some other people have said. Essentially what it is the marrying between their brightness intelligence plus technology along with HDR, and it essentially, according to your gaming space or your studio, wherever it is that you're using the monitor, it will adjust the brightness along with the HDR implementation to give you the best viewing angles and the best color depth that you can possibly achieve, even with just comparing it to a normal HDR monitor. That is a technology that's not available on any other vendor's monitors as of today, and it is exclusive to BenQ. So definitely keep that in mind when you're looking for a monitor that has excellent implementation of HDR as well as brightness intelligence features. Now, speaking of brightness intelligence, this monitor also comes equipped with brightness intelligence naturally, since you do have HDRI Plus in it. And it is absolutely a wonderful feature for people who are using a monitor more than 8 to 10 hours a day, whether it's gaming, whether it's editing, or any kind of other work that you're planning to do. It does help reduce the strain on your eyes by adjusting the brightness, and you can even tweak the blue light settings in this monitor to make it even more comfortable. Now, aside from the HDR Plus being a fantastic feature in itself, being a key feature I would recommend you guys to look at this monitor for, there is also built-in speakers that I honestly can say are way better than pretty much any other monitor that I've ever tested in my entire life. It's a 2.1 sound system that is inside the monitor, and it actually gets pretty loud. Now, will it replace your headphones? Probably not. But this system is good enough that if you had a couple people sitting around with you and you guys were watching something on there, it gets loud enough to actually fill a room the size of the studio up with ample sound that's crisp, clear, and has a good level of bass. Now, it's not going to be, like I said, soundbar level or headphone level or anything like that. that. But it's actually much better than a lot of other decent audio speakers that you get inside monitors. So the one that I would compare this against is I used to have a 34-inch ultra-wide Asus MX34 VGQ monitor, and that had Harman Kardon speakers built into it, which I thought were great at the time for that huge monitor. This beats that by a mile, guys. This monitor is insane. Now inside the box, you get a very easy to assemble stand that comes with it. You get a remote control along with a little rubber pad that comes for it to actually hold it, and it actually fits really well between the stand of the monitor itself. You get a USB Type-C cable, the power cable, and an HDMI cable, along with some instruction manuals and a disc full of drivers. Now, by today's standards, it pretty much comes with everything that you need to get up and going. The only one complaint that I have about this monitor is the actual stand itself. Now, the stand is built really well and sturdy, and there is ample space for doing cable management inside it as well. The biggest gripe I have with it, however, is that it's really limited with how you can configure the monitor's settings. Essentially, you can only tilt the monitor frontwards and backwards. There's no height adjustment, there's no swivel capabilities, there's basically nothing else that you can do with this monitor aside from just tilting it front and back. Now that may be limiting for a lot of you folks, but the good thing is that there is built-in VESA capabilities through the back of the monitor. By removing a small plate, you would now have access to mount this on a monitor arm or a specific kind of mount that you want on a wall, like I have behind me, and that's actually the best way I personally think to go with having your level customized anyways. Now, depending on your space, you may want to keep a stand, but keep that in mind. It is a big factor for a lot of you guys who are, pretty anal about things like that and get nitpicky, but that's pretty much the only downside that I had with this entire monitor. Now, on the back of the monitor, you do have a 5-way control joystick, which lets you navigate through the menu really easily. Now, you don't really need to use this because the remote control that comes with it gives you access to all the features, and you can adjust the HDR settings, you can adjust the brightness, you can adjust the scene, pretty much all the settings that you have in a typical monitor, especially with the BenQ lineup, you can adjust directly from that remote. Now, cool thing is that the actual speaker grill on front has a little volume rocker. Now, the speaker grill is just basically there for aesthetics. There isn't actually any sound coming there on the front. It's all coming out through the back, and you can control that, like I mentioned, with the front volume rocker that is on the lower left side. Really nice feature to see that BenQ is including in their monitor lineup, and it's not only focusing just on the audio, the media side of things. This monitor is a beast for gaming. Playing first-person shooter games on this monitor was absolutely stunning. It is nice to see an IPS panel handling 144 Hz refresh rate that also has G-Sync capabilities through its FreeSync connection. So if you have an NVIDIA card, you'll be happy to know that this is compatible with G-Sync, and it works really well. There was absolutely no screen tearing in any of the gaming tests that I ran on this monitor, and as you can see, it is now part of my actual studio and my daily driving monitors. So I have actually 2 of them paired up, and because this has a very, very nice bezel-less type design, they look really good paired next to each other. The only eyesore I would say that is there is the bottom lip of it is a little bit thicker than I would have liked, but that's intentionally there for the BI sensor, that we can adjust its light settings of the monitor based on the ambient light in the room. Now, in terms of connectivity, the monitor comes with 2 HDMI ports, a display port, a jack for your headphones, and as a USB-C type connector as well. All of these connections work well. I wish they would have included a secondary display port, because if you want to hit that 144 Hz refresh rate, you have to use a DisplayPort cable, not an HDMI 2.0. Unfortunately, that is a small limitation, but there's not many other devices aside from PCs that can do that anyways at this point. So all in all, this monitor has a lot to offer, and as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, 600 bucks is really not a large asking price considering what all you're getting with the monitor. Now, albeit it is only a 27-inch monitor and it is only 2K resolution, you're getting a ton of other features that is just not heard of with some of the competing monitors out there. Sure, you can get one that is 144 Hz refresh at 2K, but it will not have HDRI+, it will not have the built-in 2.1 speakers like this one does, and there may be some other features that they would lack compared to this. Hence, I think it is very competitively priced at its current price point. And don't forget, the 25% off coupon code on Amazon will let you guys get a pretty significant discount on this monitor so that you guys are able to purchase it and maybe pick up 2 while you're at it. So all in all, guys, this thing is a beast for gaming. This is perfect for doing editing, and hence it's in my flow, and I actually edited this video on these monitors as well. It's also perfect for watching any kind of media content, whether it is animated or actual movies. The color vibrancy and the color accuracy is just insane. It's not really something I can compare to other monitors in in this price range as well. Now you know the drill, guys. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button, and if you're new to my channel, do consider subscribing so you're up to date whenever I'm putting out new content. If there's any questions you guys have about this monitor, let me know in the comment section below and I'll do my best to address them. As always, thank you very much for staying through the end of this video, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye-bye.